Blute084 Art and Games Creation. Oh god, I need a shave, I think. Yeah. Better go and grab that shaver. Oh, here's one. But wait, here's another one, exactly the same. Oh god, my son's fitted next to mine again. What? Which one's mine? I don't want to use his because that's gross. Should I ask him whether? No, better not do that. I wonder if there's a way of me creating something. Oh, I've got an idea. Yes, let's go. Okay, so I did start this on the live streams. If you saw me doing that one, if you didn't, then you can go and check that video out now. It is available. But in this video, I'm going to be creating a shaver holder for me and my son. That's my son's one there. I'm trying to keep them looking as close to whose they are as possible, as I'm a bearded bald man and mine's the bearded and bald, and his is the one with the earphones and looking a bit younger than my one, as he is a streamer of himself. I thought I'd put some earphones on him. But in this part now, because I've already done the core, I've already done all the main sculpting parts of it. Just now sort of putting in the final little details to make it look like a person instead of just a statue or just a started thing. Yeah, so I'm gonna be putting on his what I'm gonna be trying to do is put a hoodie on him now. So I'm bulking it out a little bit more. Just by using Fimo clay. If you're not familiar with Fimo clay, it is one of the cheapest polymer clays you can get out there, and I do recommend getting it for yourself if you want to play with polymer clay. Polymer clay is something you can bake in the oven and it will completely harden, and you can pretty much make anything you can think of out of it. As in this case, I'm making a shaver holder or razor holder for me and my son, because we have got exactly the same shavers. So I thought to myself, there's got, like I was showing at the beginning of the video, that we get confused with whose is whose because we have exactly the same shaver, and it's binging to use each other's shavers. So we get confused, and I thought, why not make a couple shaver holders? And this is the video showing you how. Now that his hood part's done, I thought I'd give him a few little tassels around the with little drawstrings that nobody seems to use, and they always on different lengths. But needs those tassels. I think a tassels, they're called taggles. What do you call them in the? Let me know in the comments. I don't really know what to call them. I call them tassels. He needs a few of those to be putting on in the front of it. And I just sort of use my tools here to make it look a little bit more textures and give it a few like they're knotted. You get they're like plaited, aren't they? So try to do that with my tools. Plastic tools because I need to branch out and get myself some metal tools. Again, if you've got any ideas on what I should use, let me know in the comments because I would love some recommendations. But as we've got that part done, we're going to be moving on to the belt. Just a thin piece of thing, just thing, belt, and all that other good stuff. Okay, so now all the jumper's done. Let's try and make a hand, or make the form of the hand again by bending bending the wire that you've put in for the armature. Again, this is why I left it a little bit extra out, so that one, I could do the hands, and two, I could bend it to shape before I did the hands, so it will hold the actual shaver, because I was having a bit of trouble with this at the beginning. And when I baked it, it fell over, which was not great. You'll see later on what actually happened to it. But yeah, sort of make it so it'll actually hold it, which was really annoying because I couldn't figure out whether I wanted it to be sort of facing forward, facing backwards, have him holding it so he's completely standalone. I had it in, as you can see here, I had it standing alone, and had it standing up, which seemed to work best. So I stuck with that idea, and I'm making hands. I'm not brilliant at making hands. I'm not brilliant at making hands, faces, or any kind of like real life thing, but I do my best here. That's generally how I do make my hands. Is I put like a glove form, and then I cut out the little fingers and sort of foam, twiddle around until I get them right shape. And I'm really trying here to make it stand up and hold it. What I would have preferred to do is put this in the oven, put the shaver in the oven with the polymer clay whilst it was baking, but I couldn't do that because it had a rubber handle to it, and that would have melted in the oven, especially the blade itself, and would have just completely ruined the shaver. So I was trying my best to get it to the right shape before I put it in the oven, and yeah, I think it worked out okay. You'll see what it looks like at the end, I suppose. Okay, so now we're into doing my one, and I couldn't decide whether I wanted it to be wearing a onesie, a jumper, or in the end I actually went ahead and started making a dressing gown. I've got myself my plastic sheet, as you see there, with my acrylic roller, which is one, if you're using wood and you're going to be flattening something out, especially polymer clay, it's going to fuse itself to the wood because it's a polymer and it's got oils in there, and it just sort of becomes part of the wood like it would if you were putting some sort of filler on there. But yeah, make sure you put down a plastic sheet and use some sort of acrylic or plastic roller to roll up or flatten your polymer clay, because it will stick. And of course I needed something large. Again, I got my plastic sheet out and try to shape it and form it to like you would a piece of fabric, get it to the right shape to make it my dressing gown, which again I kept faffing, oh god, how am I going to do this? And I was going to put the arms through like it would be, but I ended up just cutting a few bits on the side and forming it around. Now his feet, or I'm putting slippers on him because again he's sort of a sleepy, waking up kind of figure. Exactly how I look, and I've got really big fluffy boots for my slippers. And yeah, these fluffy boots were a pain to make. Not so much the making of it, but the baking of it was an absolute nightmare because I baked it and it fell over because for some reason it just wouldn't stand up. So I put something behind it, and it fell over. So I had to take the feet off 2 times and redo these feet, which really did annoy me because again, if I could put the shaver in there with it, it would have stood up, would have stayed there, and it wouldn't have had a problem. But as we're on to the shaver anyway, you can see it's starting to fall over now. I tried my very best to get this one to hold, put the hand in the right shape to make it hold. Again, exactly the same process as doing the first one. Okay, so now they've been baked for the appropriate time and temperature. They've now cooled down, and hardened very nicely. They hardened quite nicely. After all the problems I had, I baked the feet again. Yeah, I also put an extra little bit of something in their hands. If you noticed at the end of this video, end of making Blue or me, and put a phone into a phone and a cup in each of the hands. I thought I'd add a little extra something to it. But they have cooled down and they are ready to paint. This is the paint that I'm using, acrylic paint, which again I recommend. I wouldn't recommend getting a gloss, I would recommend getting a matte. I keep buying gloss and I keep forgetting to get myself matte, but these paints that I'm using are actually pretty good. They are a little bit watery on certain tones, but I think that's more the pigment more less than the actual paint itself, especially this flesh tone. Took about 3 coats, which I'm not happy about, but got there in the end. I don't usually do many flesh things, so it's just more of a mixer. So I'm going to go down with another coat. So the first coat of this one, I have already coated this in a very watery white, just so the paint does stick a little bit there, because what happens sometimes is the clay itself soaks in the paint. So I always use, because of this paint is a little bit, it's not the greatest, so I tend to coat it with something with a colour and then get on with it. Again, if you're going to do from light to dark, I would go with white undercoat, then go to the darker colours. But if you're going to go and stay with dark, you can always just slap a bit of darker colour. It doesn't have to be a white, doesn't have to be a black. It could be any colour you've got loads of that you just want to use up. Just slap it on as a base coat. Obviously, if you're going to be using a colour, make sure it's not going to clash with any colour they're going to put there afterwards, because obviously if you're going to put skin on top of blue, you're going to do lots of coats to cover it up. So again, this is why I did white, because I wanted to cover up the skin tone, or get the skin tone so it's skin tone, if you like, or our skin tone. It's not exactly the right skin tone, it's just it was good enough, and it said skin tone on the paint, so I was like, I'll try it, see what happens. But yeah, I'm going to give all the hands and the faces a good licking, and we'll start moving on to the body parts, like the clothes and all the rest of it. Okay, so I had to go over the clothes, the top half again. Obviously, again, it's the paint. I had to give it another go over. It's just a little bit too watery in the lighter colours, and believe it or not, this red's quite light. But I give it a coat here and there, and I did the same for the thingy here. I can't remember what it's called again. Dressing gown. So I give it another coat. So I wanted to get in all the grooves because this one has a little bit of texturing to it. Got all that done, and then after that was all dried and ready to start touching again, I get on with the trousers, and again, same process, just paint over it, and I do give it another coat because I didn't like the shade of blue that I was using. It clashed too much with the red. But yeah, did the two again, and then I start moving on to the other extras. Okay, so I thought the red was a bit overpowering, and I wanted to give the hoodie a little bit more sort of style to it, a stylish part. So I started on just doing the tassels or the toggles for his jacket, for his jumper, and then I thought, why not do the inside of the hood? And then later on I thought, why not do the whole hood in a different colour? And I chose black because his favourite colours, or his two favourite clashing colours that my son likes is red and black. So I thought, yep, we'll do a red and a black, and it turned out pretty well, I think. Ooh, excuse me. Yeah, red and black. Same thing around the cuffs of it. Sort of, again, breaks up the red a little bit, because I was thinking it's just a little bit too plain. But yeah, get on and do that. Okay, so we need to put in the eyes, so that's what I'm doing now. And I do now, once I've completely got everything painted in the way I want it to be, obviously I put the eyes in. I had to do these a couple times again, get that white looking fresh. So I did a little bit of white here, but because I had the white out, I mixed up some grey and did a little belt buckle. And obviously painted tried to paint the screen. I still don't know what to put on the screen now, and I finished it. I might eventually sometime at the end think of something, or ask my son what he wants to have on the actual screen, but yeah, just put it grey, just so it's not black and it's not just looking plain. You like just adding a few little details here and there. This is just a present for me and my son. It's not something I'm going to be making for an Etsy customer. If you want something like this for yourself as an Etsy customer, you need to check out the link that is going to be either in the description or at the end of this video. There will be a flash up link for you guys to not click but copy down and check out my Instagram. Check out my TikTok. I am on Instagram and I'm also on TikTok. But Etsy is where you need to go for my creations. If you want something creative for yourself, it doesn't have to be anything a holder. Could be completely something out of an art thing that you like, or a gaming thing that you like. Or it doesn't have to be gaming, it could be pop culture, or if you've got your own design and you can't make it yourself and you want me to, definitely let me know and I will do that for you. Anything is up on the table, and I am never shy of having a little bit of a challenge, so definitely let me know. Right, well, that's enough of me plugging myself. I'm now putting in the final touches to my beard, as I am a little bit grey, and I have a white strip down the middle of my beard, which does look like I've been spilling toothpaste down my chin, but I haven't. It's just the way my beard has gone grey. And I give the jacket thing another little bit of a texturing, go over it a little bit with a dry brush with a little bit of grey to make those textures pop a little bit and make it look, you know, just that little bit better. But we're coming to that point where I get to show you the final thing, so stick around to see how it looked at the end. And there we have it. Well, 2 shaver holders, one for me and one for my son, so we can no longer get confused on whose shavers are whose. Hopefully you like this design. I do like the way it's turned out. Eyes are looking a bit starey, but yeah, it does its job. It does its job well. They're both holding the shavers, and I plan on using these often more than anything else, because obviously now we can't get confused with whose is whose shaver. If you do also like this design, please don't forget you can leave me a like in the like section and a comment to tell me what you think of it in the comment section. And if you're new, do not forget to give me a subscribe as well. It's me once again showing you last little bits of that little details. Again, if you have enjoyed your video, hopefully you have, and if you haven't, I'm sorry. But if you have, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Stick around for the links and everything else to do with buying your own.